The suspension of Jimmy Kimmel Live has ignited a fierce debate about free speech in America, with late-night hosts rallying in defense of their colleague and the principle of open expression. But here's where it gets controversial. ABC pulled Kimmel's show off the air after intense pressure from the Trump administration and the Federal Communications Commission, FCC, raising urgent questions about censorship and political influence in media. Jimmy Kimmel Live was abruptly taken off the air this week by ABC following warnings from FCC Chair Brendan Carr. The image above shows Kimmel in Hollywood back in 2018. This move came after Kimmel's pointed remarks about the suspect involved in the killing of Charlie Kirk, which angered the administration. On Monday night, Kimmel described the murder as senseless and criticized the MAGA movement for trying to distance themselves from the suspect, saying, "We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them, and doing everything they can to score political points from it." By Wednesday, Brendan Carr escalated the situation by threatening Disney, ABC's parent company, during a podcast, stating, "We can do this the easy way or the hard way." Shortly after, ABC announced the indefinite suspension of Jimmy Kimmel Live. This unprecedented action sparked outrage and concern among many in the entertainment industry and beyond. President Trump didn't hold back either, suggesting that other late-night shows should face similar consequences. On his social media platform, Truth Social, he wrote, "That leaves Jimmy and Seth, two total losers, on fake news NBC. Their ratings are also horrible. Do it, NBC." This blunt call for censorship only fueled the fire. On Thursday, Seth Meyers addressed the issue head-on during his show, accusing the president of cracking down on free speech. Meanwhile, Jon Stewart and Stephen Colbert delivered sharp, critical monologues about the alarming state of free expression in the United States. David Letterman, a veteran of late-night television, spoke candidly at the Atlantic Festival in New York City, warning, "We all see where this is going, correct? You can't go around firing somebody because you're fearful or trying to suck up to an authoritarian, a criminal administration in the Oval Office. That's just not how this works." His words underscore the gravity of the situation and the threat it poses to democratic norms. Fresh from winning an Emmy last weekend, Stephen Colbert declared, "Tonight, we are all Jimmy Kimmel." He added, "If ABC thinks this is going to satisfy the regime, they are woefully naive." Colbert's own show is set to end next year, a decision CBS attributes to financial reasons. However, this announcement coincided with CBS owner Paramount's pursuit of federal approval for a merger with Skydance, which was granted shortly after Colbert revealed this would be his final season. This timing has led some to speculate about the influence of corporate interests on creative freedom. The controversy deepened when FCC Chair Carr warned broadcast stations and Disney about continuing to air Kimmel's show. Nexstar Media Group, which operates many ABC stations nationwide, quickly responded by pulling the program. Nexstar is currently seeking FCC approval for a $6.2 billion merger with media company Tegna, raising questions about whether corporate mergers are being leveraged to enforce political compliance. Colbert couldn't resist a sarcastic jab on Thursday night, a company apparently capitulating to the whims of the president in order to ensure their merger goes through. "Has that ever happened before?" He paused, then quipped, "I'm being told not to answer that question." Jon Stewart, making a rare midweek appearance on The Daily Show, opened with biting humor. "We have another fun, hilarious administration-compliant show." He mockingly praised Trump's recent visit to the UK, saying the president dazzled his hosts. Stewart then took a darker tone, suggesting that some might view the administration's crackdown on speech as a cynical ploy to consolidate power and intimidate dissent, but he sarcastically dismissed that idea, saying, "Not me, though. I think it's great." Seth Meyers, on his Thursday show, was more earnest, stating that the Trump administration is actively pursuing a crackdown on free speech. He joked about his own respect for Trump, attributing any negative comments he's made to artificial intelligence, but quickly returned to a serious note. It is a privilege and an honor to call Jimmy Kimmel my friend in the same way that it's a privilege and honor to do this show every night. I wake up every day. I count my blessings that I live in a country that at least purports to value freedom of speech. And we're going to keep doing our show the way we've always done it, with enthusiasm and integrity. Jimmy Fallon also weighed in, acknowledging the widespread anxiety about potential censorship. A lot of people are worried that we'll be censored, he said sincerely. An off-screen voice chimed in, praising Trump for restoring our national reputation. Fallon admitted, "To be honest with you all, I don't know what's going on, and no one does. But I do know Jimmy Kimmel. And he's a decent, funny, and loving guy, and I hope he comes back." This unfolding saga raises critical questions. Are media companies sacrificing journalistic and creative independence to appease political powers? Is the suspension of Jimmy Kimmel Live a warning sign of a broader crackdown on dissenting voices? And how far should government agencies like the FCC go in influencing what is broadcast on public airwaves? What do you think? Is this a necessary step to maintain order? Or a dangerous erosion of free speech? Share your thoughts below, because this conversation is far from over.